Hello everyone, welcome to a new box opening of Yu-Gi-Oh! Limburg. Today we are looking at Ancient Guardians. Just got released, so I just figured I'd just open one to show you what's inside. These are also available right now on our site, yugiohlimburg.com. This set contains three big archetypes. One is the pendulum, one is with the snakes, which is probably the more promising archetype, and one is focused on Sungro summoning with the anti-Sungro archetype. So with the Earth Arctics, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so let's see what it is. The artwork of these packs is very nice, by the way. Let's hope it's the same on the cards itself. First pack. This is a set with collector's rares and super rares, and then probably two of each ultra rares in one box. It has a lot of the snake archetype support in it. I think it also has the spell card, which lets you Foolish Burial 5 reptile monsters. So that's that. And for a first super is the Earth Slider. If there's anyone interested in any of these cards, please let me know. They're all for sale. It also comes with trade-in. Here's another reptile. Pranketops is a nice card to have. Very good card. Here's another Ursatic card. Another snake card. And this is our first snake archetype super rare. I think out of the three decks, this one is the most promising. I think it's a solid tier 2, 3-ish deck. It's not meta or anything like that, but it's nice to have. It's a nice deck. I've seen people play with it and they make pretty good boards online. So Majest of Paladin. There's also Dynasty cards in this. It's been long since there's a reprint. This one we already have. And this is our first pendulum archetype card. So we have one of each now from the packs I opened. Five plus Rebirth. I haven't seen this, but it's another reptile support card. This is one of the snake support cards as well. The deck focuses mainly on filling the graveyard and using those effects to get a board on board. And normally they end on pretty good stuff actually. I wouldn't say it's a combo deck, but it's just like a control deck which can be very explosive. This is the card I was talking about earlier, Snake Rain. This is kind of the starter, one of the wombo combos in the deck. Like Foolish Burial, 5 of those monsters is really good, so that's why they put it like that. And we have our first Ultra in the form of the Pendulum card. The artwork on these is pretty good actually. They have some nice things going on in there. Lots of people are interested in this archetype as well. Not sure why. I mean, it's pretty okay, but I guess it's pendulum, generic pendulum support. You mean? That means like you can use it in like all the pendulum decks. Like it's not like pendulum is already an archetype on its own, right? That's not a Snake Rain, and this is one of our Earthsectic monsters. I believe they all have like a effect in the hand where they can pitch themselves to negate something or destroy something. And this is a monster reborn for the archetype. Another Pranketops. Yeah, we certainly have enough of this one. Pot of Ridges. Not sure why they put these in. Probably because it's kind of pendulum related. Another Luster Pendulum. And another Snake Raid. Oh, and there we go. Our second Ultra. One of the Ultras of the Snake archetype. Not sure what this does, but special 10 female 10. This is not a monster, kind of monster reborn for the archetype. The art on these is pretty good actually. But I guess you can see that for yourself. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that was the two ultras we're supposed to get. Like the only thing we can get now is one of the collector's rares. Another Sectec card. This is a pretty good generic reptile Xyz. It searches a reptile monster from your deck. This is an old card. It reminds me of back in the day. It was a really tough effect, like a really good effect, but if I'm not mistaken, but it's a bitch to get on the field. So. And this is another card for the Pendulum archetype. Oh, we still have lots of packs to go. There are 24 packs in each box, so we already seen this. I'm just gonna talk about the cards I haven't seen before. So, although I'm not sure if I've seen this before. This is another reptile support card. It's basically if someone attacks you with a reptile monster, you can gain life points back of the damage you took. Not really a good card. Right, and we have another Pendulum card. This looks very familiar. I'm not sure, but I think this is one of the main cards. To be very honest, I haven't really looked into the archetype yet. I've been more looking into the Ursactic and the snakes because I didn't really like this one. So I don't really know that much about it. But they do have like actually pretty nice artworks. It's like unique. Oh, we have another Snake Rain, so we have enough of these now. This is another reptile support card from the old days, if I'm not mistaken. Wavering Eyes, haven't seen this before, I think. Also, this is a Pendulum support card. Destroy as many cards in each player's pendulum zones as possible, then apply these effects. So just one of the small effects you can choose for destroying pendulums. Sails, scales, and this is another Pendulum support card. And here we go, another Pendulum card. They also have a counter trap. The counter trap has some conditions, and it says Pendulum monsters you control unaffected by the effect. They can't be destroyed or they can't be banished. So it's basically a counter trap in the form of protection. I'm not sure where they want to go with this. I mean, it's very slow. You need to like prepare it in a turn before, and like turn 2 it isn't that useful anymore than it should be. Another Ursactic card. We have another Harmonia. Seen this plenty times now. Highland Reload, Abyss Rock Sunrise, Light Serpent, King of all Feral Imps. Here's the damage card we've spoken about before. Trade-ins. And another Ursactic card, Departure. This one's about discarding one card and adding 2 monsters from the deck to your hand. And it also has a graveyard effect. If you tribute an Earth-Sectic monster, when this card is in the graveyard, you can banish this from the graveyard instead. So it's a search spell with has 2 effects. Pretty good. The only downside is that you have to discard 1 card to make it work. So you could like go mine 2 if it doesn't work out, if it gets ashed. This is a new one. Evil Dragging Ananta. It's another reptile support. Probably an old card as well. I haven't seen before. This is another pendulum card. Skullmeisters. Yeah, okay. These are pretty good to pull. A nice generic hand trap for the format. This format's really good, so I'm holding that on the side. Another Sectic and another pendulum. That's our super. Pendulums have a lot of super rares. I haven't seen that many Urzectic or Snake super rares. Alright, this one we had already seen. This one we have seen enough. This one we've seen enough. This one we have seen once, but I haven't explained it, I believe. This one says you can tribute 1 level 7 higher monster from your hand. Special summon this card. Alright, they all have built-in summon effects. If this card special summons, you can hold another Earth-Sectic monster. You can target 1 face of monster. We can change it to. Oh, this is a Book of Moon. So this one is a Book of Moon for the deck. The effects are pretty good that they have. The only problem I think is that I'm not sure, you have to tribute something, you have to pay costs for each thing. So if they get negated or whatever, or you use it and that makes you use like another piece, then you quickly run out of steam. That's kind of the problem with the deck. They have a very nice field spell though. I don't think we're gonna see it because it's also an ultra, but I could be wrong. I've already seen this, we already have seen this. Oh, there we go. I think this is our first super rare of the Snake archetype. I'm just not gonna try pronounce no, I'm not gonna try it. I just call it the Snake archetype because, yeah, that's a weird name. This one is from the hand to the graveyard as costs, and as it if it resolves, you can send another light reptile monster from your deck to your graveyard. And if this card is normal or special summoned, you can search 1 spell or trap. So they always have 2 effects, these archetypes, which makes them pretty good actually. And this one is the Searcher, and it's kind of weird that they put it in a super rare, but at least it's nice. This would be a very good budget deck, by the way. I think it costs about maybe 100 euros, something like that, and you have the full deck complete. And you can do pretty good stuff with it. Like a 100 euro is not much for a tier 2 deck. So that's pretty good. We have another Dreamia. We already have seen this. This is already... yeah. And here is another Monster Reborn for the archetype of Earth-Sectic. We already spoken about that one. What have we left? We have 4, 5, 6, 7 picks left. With this one, 8 picks left, if I'm not mistaken. Skullmeister would be nice to have another one. I actually need these myself. I don't have Skullmeisters, so. The Mega Polar, this one's supposed to also the special summon effect, of course, what they all have. And this one is an MST, so it destroys a spell or trap on the field. We already have seen this, we talked about this, we talked about this. This is not new. Oh, so they have another ultra rare. Maybe I was mistaken, maybe it's 4 ultra rares. The Earth-Sectic Grand Chariot. This was a very cool archetype, by the way. Artworks, by the way. It says cannot be signed or summoned. Yeah, of course they all have the same effect that they have. They cheat themselves out of the extra deck. If this card is special summoned, you can just target up to 2 cards and destroy them. That's pretty good. And it also has a quick effect that can tribute 1 monster from the hand or field to negate the activation. If it targets a card. Okay, that's not really that good, but it's basically like a monster to pop cards in the field. Alright then, means we have another ultra after this. I thought there were 2. 2 ultras per box, but apparently I was mistaken. Still one Skullmeister. Would be nice to see a second one. The King of the Fair Realms, you already talked about that with... Oh, this one's new. Flugos. Blah, blah, blah. We also have the same effect as the other ones, the same archetype. If this card is in your graveyard, you can send one card from your hand to the graveyard, add this card to your hand. Okay. And it's also like a card that special summons from the graveyard. Send your special from the graveyard. You can target one face of monster your opponent controls on the one monster in the graveyard with equal hurry attack. Special summon that monster from the graveyard to the field, and if you do, send that other monster to the graveyard. Oh, this is like a non-target removal for the field, but the problem is that you give a monster in return. So if there's like an empty graveyard, this card would be useless. But nonetheless, maybe good as a one-off. It also has a pretty cool archetype. It's like kind of reminds me of Anubis. I don't know if you can guys see it. Yeah. But yeah, pretty standard. Another Pot of Riches, Majesta Paladin, and Kutia. Is that the name? Yeah, I've seen that one before. I think I have a playset of this now. And Light Serpent we have seen. Another Pranketops. I mean, the Pranketops rares, they come out like once every 3 packs, but the Skullmeisters I only have seen one, so I'm not really sure why that is, but could also be unlucky, I guess. But I mean, it's not unlucky for everyone, just for me, because I needed this and I don't get it. And here we have another Ursurek super rare. I don't think we have seen this before, or maybe in the beginning, but I haven't talked about it. They all have a quick effect that they can tribute a monster from the hand to special summon themselves. If this is special summon, you can add one Ursitic monster from your deck to your hand. Oh, so this is a searcher for the deck. This is the monster searcher. I have to say, it's kind of a cool artwork. It's like he's riding some sort of ice cube, a big ice. Yeah, it's weird. Maybe you should see it for yourself. I have to say the artwork of these are pretty good. Like, there's one boss monster, the other one, it looks like one of those transformers. That would be nice to pull. Alright, we already seen this one, we have seen this one, we have seen this one. Origin, we have seen the field spell they have. Another Pranketops, yeah, okay. And this is a nice one. This is the searcher of the snake deck. Send one reptile monster from your deck to graveyard. Oh, sorry, it's not the searcher, it's the Foolish Burial. So this is like the Foolish Burial, and if you have 5 or more reptile monsters in your graveyard, you can special summon one from the graveyard. So it's potentially a special summon from the deck. It's also a trio in the deck, so. Already spoke of this one. Origin, reloads. Let's finally we have a second Skullmeister. Yeah, that took 20 packs. 21 packs to pull a second Skullmeister. And we have another super rare of the snake archetype. This one has the same effect as the other ones. Let's see. Special this card, you can special monsters from your graveyard. Oh, I see. You can also choose let your opponent special summon one from the graveyard, and if this card is special summoned, you can target one level 4 lower snake monster in your graveyard, special summon it. So this is another extender from the graveyard. Probably a 1-off or something. There we go. Our third Skullmeister. It's about time. Now we have a playset. The skill we already have seen. This one we already have seen. This one we already talked about. This one as well. Musica. And another Elegance. I think I pulled like 5 of these now. 2 packs left. So there should be another ultra rare. Or I just was lucky when I thought there were 2 ultra rares and I got the third one. That's also an option. Flogos, Majesta Paladin. Oh, this one has like an ink mark on it. Weird. Formal, Calling, another Pot of Riches, and another Mike Polar, the Searcher, the Monster Searcher. Last pack. Seen ultra rares. On the box it doesn't say how much ultra rares there should be in one box. But yeah. Last pack. Wavering Eyes we have seen, Dino Star, Luster Pendulum, Venomon, another of the Pendulum cards, Reload, and McBillis. We haven't seen this before. This has the same effect as the other ones, tributing itself to special summon it. If the special summons, you can summon 1 Earth-Sectic monster from your hand, so it's another extender from the hand. Alright, that's weird. So we have 3 ultra rares. I thought there were supposed to be 2 in each box, but could be wrong. Maybe we only pulled 2. No, we definitely pulled 3 ultra rares. Alright, that's a little bit weird. Yeah, I guess that's nice. I have my playset of Skullmeister, which I wanted, so I don't mind. What I have to say about this set, there are not very much generic cards in this deck, in this set. The good thing about this set is that if you buy a couple boxes, you can make yourself one of the very nice decks. They are included. I think the snake deck is the most promising one. But it's not like the most sought after one. I think the most sought after one is the pendulum one. I think it's because of the waifus. And after that it's the Earth-Sectic one, because they're very nice artworks. It's a shame they didn't do much more with these, because the artworks were really good. Yeah, that's about it. If I can recommend anything, I would recommend the snake one. I tried it online, it's very good. The other 2 are kind of lackluster. I mean, this one's pretty good, but yeah, it takes a lot of time to get used to it. And the cool thing about this though is that they have like different summon mechanics than they normally do in the single monsters. So that's a cool thing. So it's a complete different play style. And the good thing about the pendulum ones is that they are generic pendulum support, basically. So you probably run like a couple of these in a pendulum deck, and the deck that focuses on all the pendulum stuff. So I'm not really a pendulum player myself, so I haven't tried it, but this one's very promising. I would recommend trying this one out yourself. As for all the cards I pulled, everything's for sale. I don't really ask much for the rares or anything like that. If you buy something from the Ultra, the Supers, I can ship any rare you want with it. So if there's anyone who wants to pre-order anything, you can check our site, yugioh.com. If you need any of these cards I just pulled, let me know. And I want to thank everyone for watching and wish you a wonderful day.